Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my wrap up of Wimbledon Day 5. If you look at this picture, that pretty much says it all. The fairy tale continues for Coco Gauff. She won her third round match today against a really, really tough competitor in Polona Herzog. Um, I saw the very beginning of this match, and I gotta be honest, I thought Herzog was going to win. I mean, she was really just kind of beating up on Goff. She was just hitting tons of screaming winners and a crazy kick serve that Goff was having trouble with. And she was up 6-3, 4-1. So somehow Goff turned it around. Kudos to her for getting the job done. And at this point, it's only going to get harder because in the fourth round, Corey Goff is facing Simona Halep. So that's going to be a really interesting match. So speaking of results, let's just take a look at the other results from today. Um, so yeah, we had last year's finalist Kevin Anderson went down to Guido Pella. Pella looked amazing, and Anderson looked just a little bit off. So in the end, it wasn't really all that surprising. Simona Halep had a really easy time over Victoria Azarenka. Also a little bit shocking, of course, the golf match that we just talked about. Uh, Pliskova faced a very tricky player in Shea Sue. They've played a number of times. Shea's beaten her a few times, but today was Pliskova's day. Djokovic got through pretty easily. Auger Aliassime, gotta say, he's been everybody's golden child, and everybody, the odds, he was the easy favorite here. But he fell to this guy, Ugo Humbert, another youngster who's from France in straight sets. So that was a little bit of a shocker. Baptiste Agut and Goffin are through. And that's about it for singles. Now I want to go on to tomorrow's matchups just so we can kind of talk about what we're going to see on Saturday. So, Ash Barty is facing Harriet Dart. She is, I believe, a wild card from Great Britain who's so far been looking pretty good. Little kind of funny, not so funny backstory on Harriet Dart. She was actually supposed to play mixed doubles with this guy Clark, who lost to Federer the other day. And last minute, Clark agreed to play with Corey Goff. And he kind of just dropped his partner. Like, I heard he broke up with her in a text message, which, if that's true, is kind of sleazy. But this is sort of what happens both in professional tennis and also amateur tennis. People kind of just waiting for the next best thing. They agree to partner with other people, and then they kind of change their minds. And I have to say it's a little bit sleazy and unfortunate. Tennis is really supposed to be about being a gentleman or conducting yourself in a certain way, and it's just really unfortunate to hear about people kind of doing these things to each other. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Barty, I think, is going to have a very easy time against Harriet Dart tomorrow. Tsonga Nadal, not going to be easy for Nadal, but I do give him the edge. Federer Pouille. He's a shot maker, but I think he and Federer have played a number of times, and I don't think he's ever beaten Federer. So I give that one to Roger. Serena Williams against Julia Gerges. They have actually played several times in majors. They played last year at the French, and Serena won. They played last year at Wimbledon, and Serena won. So I'm not really sure about this one because the stats would favor Serena, but she honestly has been looking shaky. I mean, she wasn't doing great against a relative unknown the other day. She just, I don't know, it took her a little too long to find her form. So Gerges is a tough player. She could give Serena a lot of trouble. Stevens Konta. Now this is an interesting one because Konta, I think in their last matchup, destroyed Stevens. It was kind of shocking. I think it was like 1-2. So there's something about Konta's game that just bothers Stevens. So this, I gotta say, could go either way, and I just have a feeling that it's going to be Konta's game. Joao Sousa, I know he beat someone pretty high ranked recently, so he's doing well. But Dan Evans is a very tricky player whose game is well suited to grass. Magda Linette, she beat Amanda Anisimova, who's, I think, kind of the golden girl at this point after Corey Goff, a 17-year-old from the U.S. So Linette clearly has some game. Kvitova, however, I think is slowly working her way into the tournament, and I like her chances a lot. Then we have Nishikori Johnson. That should be interesting. You know, it's funny. I find Nishikori, he tends to go deep in tournaments and in majors, but you don't hear that much about him. And I think, I don't know, he just doesn't get the kind of coverage that the other stars get. I'm not really sure why, but I actually had to double check that he was still around, and sure enough, he's in the third round facing Johnson. I do like Stevie Johnson, but I have to give the edge to Nishikori. Bertens Strycova, I think that's Bertens' match to lose. Risk Bencic should be interesting. Struff and Kukushkin, I think Struff can pull it out. And Mertens, I think, should have the edge. Berrettini is really tough on grass. He just won a grass court tournament, so I'm going to give that to him over Schwartzman, who is really much more of a clay court player. And that is about it on singles. You may have heard that the dream team in mixed doubles, Andy Murray and Serena Williams, are not going to be playing. I think they just both decided to pull out because their match got pushed to tomorrow, and that would mean that Serena would have to play mixed and singles in the same day, and Andy would have to play mixed and men's doubles in the same day. And, you know, let's be honest, these are two older players who are dealing with injuries, and they don't want to waste their energy. So it's sad. It would have been kind of interesting to see what that matchup was like, but it's not meant to be this year. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you heard, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think. And of course, if you want to hear more of this, please subscribe so you can get regular notifications about my future uploads. I am also on Facebook at GameSetMax if you want to know more about just my thoughts on tennis in general. So please head on over to Facebook and check that out. So until tomorrow, have a good night and take care.